a comment the other day. Asked the question, what do you use or recommend for logging software?
Ooh.
And there's a lot of different ways you can log. Of course, what we just said, pen and paper is your old standby. And even when I bring a computer into the field, I still have a notebook with me with a pen, and I've had the computer lock up or crash, and midway through an activation have to switch to paper and complete it. So always make sure you've got the paper. But for logging, I've got my trusty notebook here. This is the cheapest Windows 10 PC that I could buy on Amazon 3 years ago. It's a Lenovo. People always ask about this thing. It's not very fast. It's not very big, but it works. So, and I use the hammers.
For something that's fairly new out there, is pretty well refined. I think there's a couple of issues with parks on the air and the information that you need to have, but they're working on it. It does have a parks on the air template. It has field day templates. It has a couple other templates. So just remember that. Now, some people have also said that it just crashes and burns sometimes.
It used to be you'd get over 100 contacts and it would just totally bog right down. And hammers.app, and it's available in Mac OS, Windows, Linux, and Raspberry Pi.
Right. Just about any flavor you really want. That's the nice thing about that. The thing it doesn't have is networking. You can't have multiple computers like a field day or something. You're kind of out of luck.
Yeah.
But this old standby is the N3FJP. The amateur logger. And that one is really, really, really solid. Scott and his family, they've been doing this for 20 years now? And,
at least.
And, it's very robust. The features that are built into that program are insane. And for the cost of what it gets for a subscription to it is like $25. I don't know.
I think you get everything for about $50.
Right, and that's all contests. Like if there is a state QSO party, you get the logging software for it. So, and they're really good people. I mean, this is another ham-based one here. So definitely, if you want to shell out a couple bucks, go for that route. If you do use the amateur log, you just got to know how to format in an ADIF to send it in. And there's plenty of resources on the web for that.
One nice thing is N3FJP does not have a Parks on the Air specific program, but their amateur contact log, AC log, now has a Parks on the Air template. So the template will reorder the fields so that you've got that information you need front and center.
They do that's awesome.
And it'll also help generate the ADIF file in the correct format. So
and also if you use Logbook of the World, it will automatically upload it to Logbook of the World too.
Correct. It will. It has hooks for Logbook of the World. It has hooks for QRZ, EQSL. So So long story short, there's a little bit more of a learning curve with N3FJP, but it is extremely versatile, and you could use it as a general logging program and a specific logging program. If you're looking for quick and dirty, Hammers is what you're going to want, because it's simple, it's easy, it's really straightforward, but it just doesn't have the refinement, all of those features, which
it doesn't have 20 plus years of development is what it really is.
But really in the field, you don't need all of that. So if you want to try to keep it light.
I think Hammers will run on an Android phone.
Yes.
Yeah. So
tablets.
I mean, a small tablet. So you don't need a laptop And that's the one, that's the downfall of N3FJP, is that you probably got to have a Windows 10 machine. I don't think you could have an XP machine, but those are pretty much dinosaurs nowadays. But you can't run it on anything else other than a Windows machine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's kind of the toss up there. So
We got a couple of comments here, and let's see. Yeah, Max says, I really like hammers on my iPad for remote use, and then pen and paper as a backup. That's a great way to go. Fabulous logging for a POTA SOTA is Hammers. Hammers has a field day template, and Travis and I used Hammers for field day, and we both had our own machines. We were able to merge the logs into one, and then I loaded it into N3FJP's logging program to generate the Cabrillo file that the league requires. So let's see. Yeah, Mike says, yeah. Mike likes to do paper and then type it into the computer at his leisure.
The one thing is, paper, make sure you log the times in UTC.
Yep.
Because your logging program probably wants them in UTC as well.
Yeah, Kevin here, upgrade process, N3FJP, is really liking that. So
I think 6 or 7 years ago, I actually went to Hamfest, and the only time I ever won something at a Hamfest, I won the complete N3FJP suite.
Mm-hmm.
So for years, I've just gotten everything, and I've had one problem, and I emailed them, and the developer emailed me right back and helped me fix it.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah, they're very
yeah.
responsive over there. So here's a different one. Mike uses VLS logger for Android Chromebook with Parks on the Air. So I'm not familiar with that one, and there's a lot of logging programs out there that we haven't even mentioned. N1MM is a contest logger that a lot of people like, and there's tons. So
right.
I just sort of listed the top two for POTA. Thank you so much for the questions. If you keep sending them, we'll keep answering them. Feel free to leave your questions and comments down in the comment area below. I'll filter through them, and who knows, yours may end up on our next Your Questions Answered live stream. Our Q&A live streams happen on the first Thursday of the month, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. I hope to see you there. For more articles and information, along with a full line of VHF and UHF antennas for sale, please check out my website at www.jpol-antenna.com. Your support of this channel drives the production of future videos. Check us out on Patreon. Patrons gain access to exclusive content, and our patrons help keep the mission alive. That's over on patreon.com/KB9VBR Antennas. Well, give us that thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here. That's your best way to be notified when a new video is released. I'm Michael, KB9VBR. Have a great day, and 73.